What an interesting day. I mean, what an interesting election cycle. I'm just fascinated by this whole thing. It's at times it feels like I'm watching a train wreck, and at times it feels like it's just the most exciting time to be alive. It's I watch Donald Trump and I get very, very depressed, and then I look at some of the just for example, this what's her name? A respected progressive organizer. I don't have her name. Oh. Heather Booth. Heather Booth wrote a piece over at Alternate about Tim Kaine. She says, Tim Kaine grew up in a working-class family, earned his bachelor's in economics at the University of Missouri, went to Harvard Law School. He took a break from law school to work with the Jesuit Volunteer Corps in Honduras. He speaks fluent Spanish. As a lawyer in Richmond, Virginia, he focused on civil rights issues, specializing in fair housing law and representing clients discriminated against on the basis of race or disability. As a young lawyer, he won a $100 million jury verdict against Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company for its discrimination against African-American neighborhoods, practice known as redlining. He's a founding member of the Virginia Coalition to End Homelessness. He was elected to the Richmond City Council in '94, then elected the city's mayor. He served as governor of Virginia from 2006 to 2010, and then went to the Senate in 2012. He took on the gun lobby in Virginia, a courageous thing to do in that state. As governor, he issued an executive order to restore voting rights to formerly incarcerated citizens. This is something Terry McAuliffe just did, too, by the way. Presumably with the, I don't know if his executive order got reversed or what happened. Anyhow, throughout his career, he's been a supporter of the right to vote. He also took on big tobacco, signing a bill to ban smoking in Virginia's bars and restaurants. He's a strong supporter of comprehensive immigration reform, favoring a pathway to citizenship for immigrants. He opposed the Keystone XL pipeline as early as 2013. When he was governor, he protected 400,000 acres of land from being developed. He has a lifetime score of 91% with the League of Conservation Voters. Conservative groups like the Club for Growth, Heritage Action, and the American Conservative Union have all given Tim Kaine a 0% rating. You should be very proud of that. Both the NAACP and the AFL-CIO gave him a 96% rating. He's a strong supporter of the Iran agreement and was one of the first in the Senate to refuse to attend the Benjamin Netanyahu speech. He argued that the President Obama, the president of his own party, needs authorization from Congress if he's going to carry out airstrikes in the Middle East. He opposes the death penalty, although as governor he oversaw executions. He backs marriage rights for same-sex couples and opposed an effort to stop that or to prohibit it in the Virginia Constitution. He was a supporter of TPP. Now he's going to come out against TPP. Okay, that's great. He's supported by Planned Parenthood and Emily's List, which give him 100% ratings as a senator. He supports strong enforcement of Dodd-Frank. So I mean, these are reasonable starting points. People who say, "Oh, Tim Kaine is a conservative," no. He's right in the middle of the Democratic of the progressive. I would say of the progressive half of the Democratic Party. That said, I mean, he's not perfect. He's definitely not perfect, but maybe he'll get there. Maybe we'll get there. I think that, there's a very simple list of issues, right? Get money out of politics should be number one. Prevent billionaires from buying our elections. Number two, our climate is like what we are doing to our climate is the biggest threat to the human species. And so we need to take on climate change aggressively. We need to correct our pay imbalances and go back to a tax and compensation structure where CEOs are making 30 times what their employees, not 3,000 times what their employees make. We need new jobs by investing in education, renewable energy, infrastructure. This, by the way, is pretty straightforward stuff. It's also the Bernie Sanders plan. Increasingly, it's the Democratic Party's plan. Rebuild our infrastructure, repair our roads, bridges, water, and electric systems, get off fossil fuels, make college affordable, debt relief for graduates, free tuition at public universities. And Bernie came out this weekend and said Hillary Clinton supports free tuition at public universities for anybody whose family makes under $125,000. I'm supportive of that. I am too. Expand Social Security, raise the withholding limits, increase benefits, enact single-payer health care, or at least open the door with a public option in Obamacare, end systemic racism, and close tax loopholes. This is a starting point.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.